Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today, as you see, we're reviewing the new Aladino Cameroon. This is the Super Toro 6x52. Brand new. There's the density. Has a decent feel in the hand. Now, this is just interesting because it's Cameroon, but it's not from the country of Cameroon. Bought some Cameroon seeds from a cigar broker, planted them in Honduras 5 years ago, and now it's reported that these wrappers are 2 years old. So there's that. But Cameroon, authentic Cameroon tobacco is known to be very pricey. So that's probably why they wanted to grow their own. So we're going to see how it turned out for them. There's going to be actually another Cameroon cigar coming up here in the coming weeks, the Killer Bee Swarm from Blackwork Studio or James Brown. That uses authentic Cameroon, so we'll see how maybe it compares. But for today, we are going to look at the Aladino. And if you remember the Corojo Reserva that I reviewed, I think it was last year in the Robusto size, was fantastic. And I can report that since then they've come out with a Toro size. It is equally as good. I didn't review it, but it is very good. So let's see how the Cameroon stacks up. The new Aladino Cameroon Super Toro. Sort of a golden brown color, isn't it? It's not exactly brown, and I can see some yellow hue there, like a golden hue. Oh yeah, that'll work. Got a dry cedar, some brown sugar, a touch of cinnamon. There is a touch of caramel there, and you really get it. Well, let me come back. A touch of caramel, very dry nutmeg, light coffee base, black coffee. Now, what I was going to try to tell you is that if you simply take the smoke in and let it go or what have you, you won't really get the caramel. You have to take it in, hold it, and then let it out slowly. Even retrohale might help, but it's there, and it's really sweet. Now, at the outset, I've had Cameroon cigars that are incredibly sweet with caramel, and this right now is not. But with the other flavors involved, it actually has a good mix. The brown sugar and nutmeg actually are combining to make its own little flavor. So that's how you start. So let's see what we have by the first third. See how this thing goes. Here we are at the first third, and there's a little richness popping up. The caramel notes are coming out a little more. Now, this is not a typical Cameroon tasting cigar. It has Cameroon-esque qualities, but there's quite a bit of, there's certain properties lacking, but very good flavors. There's a lot of cedar and a lot of brown sugar, and then this caramel comes in that has a little bit of richness to it. It's not as rich as some caramel I've had, but it's a nice mix. The black pepper is around 7. between 7 and 7.5. So it's a nice, nice amount of black pepper. The nutmeg has toned down somewhat. There is nutmeg in this cigar, not typically found in a lot of Honduran type cigars, but there's nutmeg there. So it is toned down, and you really get the sweeter notes. The finish has caramel notes. A little bit of a dry nutmeg. Pretty good lingering black pepper. I would call the cigar medium bodied. It's not overpowering, but it's very tasty. And going slowly and holding the smoke and letting it out slowly, you're going to get a lot of good sweet flavors. I'm rating the first third 94 because of those sweet flavors. Now, I've had several of these. I forget what happens next, so we're going to find out together. I have a lot of cigars every day. But I remember these properties, and I don't remember it tailing off much, so let's see what the second third does bring. Second third, and the cigar has just barely changed a little bit. The nutmegish flavors, which have a lot of vegetable qualities, have risen a little. The coffee notes are really something that's just light coffee notes at the base. You won't hardly notice. And the sweeter flavors tone down just a tad. I don't have quite as much richness in the caramel notes, and I do that because it's just not a typical Cameroon, but it's still nice. I'm just going to lower the score to 93. It's not bad at all, but it's not quite the way it was in the first third. It's still medium-ish. It might be moving toward medium to full, but it's not a heavy cigar. The finish is unchanged. Interesting cigar. I can appreciate what they are doing by growing their own Cameroon wrappers, and it's not bad. It's not quite to a Cameroon cigar, but it's very good, So I want to see what the final third brings, but it is a pretty good cigar. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Woo! You see it burn very well. Nice ash. And in a turn of events that usually doesn't happen, the richness started to come back in the final third. Another thing that surprised me is that I can feel the Ligero, however much it has, and it's pretty much full-bodied. It really ramped up. A lot of things happened here in the final third. Finish is basically unchanged. A lot of nice caramel notes and nutmeg. Decent lingering black pepper. But the sweet notes sort of rose back up. It basically got to about the way it was in the first third. So the final third is 94 again. That doesn't happen much. Hardly ever. So your overall score is 93.67. Very respectable and a very good cigar. Not a heavy cigar, not full-bodied until the final third. So make a note of that. These are very affordable. Aladino cigars are not expensive. And as I said, this is a good addition to the Corojo, the Reserva Corojo Reserve, I believe is what it's called. And the Eiroas, however you say that, have done a good job with this cigar. It is not a pure Cameroon, but who could expect it to be? It's not from Cameroon. But they've done a good job with it. So there you have it. The new Aladino Cameroon Super Toro, 93.67.